and we're going to do these videos once a week. We'll have an announcement, and it'll be in video form. And the purpose is just to catch you up on procedural things, or if I get emails about a particularly difficult concept that you may need some help with understanding, we can do that. If there are changes in procedure, changes in what we need to do, I'll announce them here, all that sort of thing. So for today, what I want to address is I have learned that the access codes for the McCarthy textbook and the Navigator Plus, all that stuff that is from that publisher they're not available. They don't have them in the bookstore, so it's going to be a while. Hopefully it's not going to be too long. I have already dated assignments so that none of them are due this week. Now, if you have access to an assignment and you can do it this week, then I suggest you do, because that way you won't get too far behind. Some of the assignments, the ones that are Navigator Plus and the ones that are in that McCarthy book, you may not be able to get to if you don't have the access code, so you may not be able to do them this week, and I made provision for that. Excuse me. And if that goes on into next week, then I'll move those dates due back further if I need to. But other than that, keep on top of the dates due. Look at the assignments, look at the modules, and they all have dates due. Now, for the most part, I've starting week 2, I've made all the assignments due Saturday night, starting again with week 2. So week 1 assignments are due at Saturday night, week 2. Week 2 assignments are also due Saturday night, week 2. So you see why you don't want to put off any more assignments than you absolutely have to. So you do what you can. None of them are closed until whatever date. Okay, so they're all available to you right now, to the extent that you have the access codes to get to them. So don't be bashful, or don't think that you can't work ahead, because things happen. You all know by now that things happen to keep you from getting your assignments done. You get sick, kids get sick, the dog gets sick, your internet goes down, there's a catastrophic flood, or what, all that stuff. I mean, it happens. It does. And so I recommend working ahead at least a little bit if you can, so that if something happens, then it doesn't cause you to be behind. The assignments are due Saturday night, and I've left them open until the following Wednesday, so you get an additional 4 days to do them, but they'll be late. Now, what does late mean? Well, I think that the fairest thing to do, and I'm going to start doing it this term, if you do an assignment late, okay, you cannot get a better grade than anybody who did the assignment on time. So I'll look at the assignments that were done on time, find out what the lowest grade is, and that's the best you can do. That's fair, because on time is on time. Speaking of on time, look at the discussions. There's a discussion due every Wednesday. Your initial post is due, and every Saturday responses to 2 other posts are due. Those initial posts and those responses need to be substantial. Your initial post, I'm asking that they be at least 150 words, so that it indicates you've actually thought about it and actually put some effort into thinking, into discussing the topic. Okay. And they're not terribly complicated, but we expect to see some thought. This is our method of giving you the opportunity to interact with one another, which is a valuable part of the educational process, is interacting with other students who have other thoughts about the same subjects. So discussions are where that happens, and if you don't participate in discussions, that does not happen, and that's not going to go well. So participate in the discussions. They count for grades, so be mindful of it and be conscientious about it. Wednesday, your first response, and by Saturday, 2 more responses to 2 others. Okay? Okay. If you have questions, if you have problems, my number is in the syllabus. My number is posted in Meet Your Instructor on the homepage for the course. My email is available, and determine by how acute, by how much of an emergency your question is, whether you email or whether you text me or whether you call me on the phone, In the past, I have not had issues with students calling excessively and ruining my day or anything, so I'm assuming that that's going to continue to not happen. I get calls, and that's fine, and they haven't been excessive up until now, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so assignments are due. They're due by Friday. Your initial posts for discussions are due by Wednesday. 2 subsequent responses to other people's posts are due by Saturday. Look at the homepage for the course, and look at where it says course preparation or course orientation, something to that effect, and the rubric for grading the discussions is there. It's 1 to 10. So if it's there by Wednesday and it's substantial and it's written with good grammar, good spelling, and it contributes to the discussion of the subject matter, you should be good. And if it's missing any of those elements, you miss points here and there. So work on that. Okay. Okay. I think that does it for this week. Again, if you have any questions, post them. I will check email frequently. I will get back to you as quickly as I possibly can, and I will probably, if I think that your questions are applicable to more than just you, I'll probably discuss them here next week. Okay, that should do for now. Look forward to having you in class this term.